Hello. My name is Dani Shay, and looking at me in this video, you might have an idea in your mind about somebody that I look like, and I have a good idea who you're thinking. But actually, the whole reason that I want to be talking to you right now is to ask you to look a little deeper. Let's see, about a year ago, well, maybe less than a year now. Okay, whatever, maybe like a year, let's say. Everywhere I went, slowly, people started saying, "Hey, you look like this new singer kid that's out on Disney and this and that." And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I really honestly don't watch that much TV. I listen to a lot of music and mostly play my own music, and that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years, and doing it even more seriously for the last 3 years. But so suddenly I'm being recognized, not as myself. Sometimes I would be recognized as myself around town, but suddenly I'm getting all these looks and this attention for this person, and I have no idea who he is. And I didn't know who he was for probably 4 or 5 months. So everywhere I went, little girls and even grown men would be like, "You look like that Justin Bieber character, that Justin Bieber kid, that singer. You've never heard of him?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." So then one day, finally, I'm like, I've got to look him up. Who is this Justin Bieber? And I literally look him up on the computer, and his face pops up, and I stare like, what? He looks just like me. What is this? And it kind of tripped me out a little bit, and then I started doing research on him and who he is, and I mean, because I've had my hair like this for years, and I have had my face like this all my life, so no. So people are like, "You're not trying to look like him," and I'm like, well, no. I've been looking like this, so, and then they're like, "Oh, so he's trying to look like you," and I'm like, no. No. It's just, there's some weird coincidence that we look, you know, it's uncanny, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, I wrote this song to express well, at first, when I started getting this kind of attention, I didn't know what to think of it. It was kind of, I wanted people to recognize me for me and my music, and when people would ask me if I was trying to look like him, that kind of was frustrating, because I was like, no, I mean, I'm just being myself, you know? And then after a while, people were like, you know, you should use this, since you sing and you can dance, you should use this. And I was like, okay. So as a joke, I did an impersonation one night at a nightclub, and it went over really well. This grown man was crying. He came up to me afterwards, and I took a lot of photos and stuff like that, but he came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "I have never loved anybody, but I love Justin Bieber, and you have it all. You have his smile, you have his hair, you have his eyes." And I was like, okay, this was an impersonation, I'm me, you know. Wow. And he was crying, and he was like, "Please don't tell my friends I'm crying," and wow. So, and then just from there, I mean, I wasn't trying to look like him still, but everywhere I went, as his popularity grew, mine did, I guess. Well, my attention grew for him. And I have had some really bad days with it, and like days where, you know, I feel like I should be traveling with security sometimes, like at the mall on Black Friday. Holy hell. I really thought I could have started a riot, or, you know, I could have been mauled or something. Mauled at the mall. But yeah, so anyway, I can't go anywhere without being beeped, is what I call it. And people ask me like, "Oh, you know, do you hate you hate him or do you dislike him? And I'm like, no. In fact, as I watch him grow and like look at his videos and see as he's growing as a person, you know, I'm excited to see as he progresses as an artist. You know, he was kind of swooped up and taken out, and I'm excited to see how he grows up, you know? And I have a little fantasy, tiny one, of me and him meeting for the first time on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I think that would be amazing because, well, first of all, I'm sure she would be tripping out looking at both of us, and she could just make it hilarious. And then I also have a desire to send my music to her, because I feel like I always felt like I had a connection to her, and now she is a music guru. So I want to share it with her. But anyway, there's levels of frustration, levels of, it's like a self-identity kind of, it's like a battle between, you know, sorry, there's something in my eye. I find that it's a battle sometimes between being true to myself and giving people what they're asking for. Like they're coming up to me wherever I am asking for photos with me, and I'm like, well, you're not asking for a photo with Dani Shay, you're asking for a photo with Justin Bieber, or at least someone that looks like Justin Bieber, you know? So sometimes when I'm asked for photos, I'm like, okay, you know, we can take a photo, I guess, but you don't even know my name. Nor did you ask for my name, you just asked for a photo. And when I played my music at my own shows, I felt the pressure from the crowds to play a Justin Bieber song. Just because when they saw me, their mind's instant reaction was, that looks like Justin Bieber, and therefore music like Justin Bieber's should be coming from this person. And I've been writing my own music for years, and it's quite different from Justin's music, so, but I was like, okay, you know, I can play. So I learned Baby and played it at one of my shows, and of course the reaction went really well, but I felt wrong. I felt so wrong for it, like a commodity, just this image that they were staring at and going, yay, Justin Bieber, oh my god, it looks just like him, you know? And I was like, oh shit, you know? I thought that maybe if I played Baby and said, okay, yeah, I gave you what you want, now can we, like, let's focus, let's go deeper, let me share with you my message and let's connect. But the opposite happened, actually. I thought that they'd be able to focus more on my music if I did that, and I feel like, well, first of all, I wasn't as connected to my own music because I felt wrong for doing that, and then they weren't as connected to my music because they were still like, oh my god, it looks just like Justin Bieber, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't want to do that again. So then one night, actually it was recently after that, when I realized I never want to play, you know, a Justin Bieber song at one of my shows when it's my time to connect and deliver my message and truly inspire and all that. It's not time to be this image, this commodity. It's time to present myself as me and ask people to look beyond the image, you know, and ask people to look at me for me.